Good morning, children. Today I am going to do the paraphrasing of the poem My Mother at 66. So please take out your textbook and try to understand it line wise. Now I am reading the lines first. Driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me, doze, open-mouthed, her face ashen like that of a corpse. So last Friday when Kamala Das was driving from her parents' home to Cochin, she looked at the face of her mother who was sitting in the car beside her. And she saw that her mother was dozing as if feeling sleepy and lack of energy. Open mouth means her mouth was open as if she was breathing from her mouth. Children, it's a signal that she had become old and finds difficult to breathe properly. Her vital organs were functioning very weak, and that's why she was looking very pale, dull, weak, tired, and it was completely a worn out face. Her face ashen like that of a corpse. Ashen means the face which was looking pale, dull, and anemic. And that's why Kamala Das has compared her face to that of a corpse. Corpse means dead body. And the figure of speech used here is simile. She has compared her mother's face with the corpse, with the dead body. And realized with pain that she was as old as she looked. So seeing the anemic and pale face of her mother, Kamala Das realized that her mother has really grown old because she has lost her strength and energy. But soon put that thought away. Which thought? The thought of her mother's approaching death, the thought of aging and decaying mother, the thought of being separated from her mother. See again. But soon put that thought away and looked out, because it was really painful for Kamala Das to accept that her mother had grown old, that very soon she would be separated from her. So she looked outside in order to divert her mind, because even the slightest thought of losing her mother was giving her pain. And looked out at young trees sprinting. Important lines. The poet here has used the word young for the trees, means that though she was looking outside, though Kamala Das was looking outside, but still her mind was drawing out the comparison between the trees which were looking so young, and on the other side her mother who has lost the glow of her life, the energy of her youth, because she has turned into an old one, a lady of 66. And trees sprinting. Sprinting means racing fast, because she was traveling by a car, and that's why it seemed to her as if the trees were moving to backward direction. So it was a grim reminder for the poetess that time has flown by, that how speedily time fades, that once her mother, who was so young like the young trees, is left with no energy, no activity, and no strength at all. The married children spilling out of their homes. Again, important lines. Spilling out means moving out. So as they moved ahead, she saw at one place that the children were coming out of their homes in a very cheerful manner. They were looking very energetic, active, and cheerful. So again, a contrast is shown here, that one side her mother was there, who has lost the blush of youth, charm and happiness of her life, who has become totally passive, and on the other side the young children were there, who were looking so active and enjoying the happiness of their lives. Yes, children, I am again here to explain you the remaining part of the poem My Mother at 66. So till now we have done this much, that when Kamala Das was travelling by a car and looked at her mother's dull face, she got tense and then started looking outside. But again, the image of trees and young children made her sad when she compared their energy and spontaneity with the declining health of her mother. Now next question, again take out your textbook fast. But after the airport security check, standing a few yards away, I looked again at her, wan, pale as a late winter's moon. Now the poetess Kamala Das had finally reached the airport, and there she had to go through a routine checkup, security checkup, and that time she was standing a few yards away from her mother. But again, Kamala Das got sentimental for her mother. The feeling of being separated again made her stressed. So when again she looked at her mother, wan pale, wan means colorless, the face that has lost glow. So now again Kamala Das is comparing her mother, and this time she is comparing her with late winter's moon. Again simile is used here. Late winter's moon means that that if we see the moon of winter season at late night, we will find that it lacks brightness as well as strength. So in the same manner, the mother has lost the blush of youth and middle age, and in the twilight of her life has become as pale and lusterless as the winter moon. She has lost all glow and charm of her life, and felt, see text, and felt that old familiar ache, my childhood fear. What was the familiar ache of Kamala Das? That time and aging spares none, that death is an inevitable hour, the hour that no one can avoid, which is sure to come to everyone. So that was the fear which had often haunted Kamala Das since the days of her childhood. But all I said was, see you soon, Amma. All I did was smile and smile and smile. Beautiful lines. Though often Kamala Das had the fear of losing her mother, but at the airport, when she was parting from her mother, she just smiled and smiled. And it was just a false attempt of Kamala Das to overcome the ache and fear inside her heart. Similarly, through her smile, she was trying to give her mother the assurance, a guarantee that soon they will meet, and in this way, she was trying to hide her real, frightful feelings behind a sweet, caring smile. Moreover, her parting words, see you soon, Amma, reveal both hope and fear. So at the airport, the poetess bids her mother goodbye, smiling all the time in a vain attempt to hide her real feelings. So the explanation part ends here, children. Besides this, if you notice, you'll find that the whole poem is written in a single sentence, only punctuated by commas. Similarly, the poem is rich in imagery and excels in making contrasts. So children, revise your poem properly, and in case of any doubts or queries, feel free to ask me. Thank you very much.